I think it's honestly been like probably one of the coolest things I've got to do since honestly the process started at the end of my senior year when I was at Iowa, because I was deciding what shoe company I was going to go with, and I talked to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, and they all offered me a signature shoe, obviously some faster than others.
So Caitlin Clark today was in a video from a Chinese YouTuber, basically just being interviewed. It is genuinely a good video.
Reports are flying that Caitlin Clark, WNBA superstar and NCAA record breaker, is bringing her first signature shoe to China, and fans are losing it. She's already a Nike signature athlete with her 2026 collection on the horizon, and in a recent chat, Clark talked about inspiring fans in China, which some in the quarters are taking as a sign she's already on the way. The thing is, the WNBA itself can't create this kind of global spotlight the way Clark can. Every move she makes is big news, and the pressure is real. So, is Caitlin already in China auctioning shoes? And is there something more to it than just meeting some Chinese YouTuber?
You came all the way from China?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But we can still talk like a good neighbor.
Good.
He's a Longhorn, so don't hold that against him.
What?
Yeah, I was supposed to wear the Longhorn shirt, then I changed that.
Thank
I think
God.
it's appropriate to do that, right?
Yeah.
You see, Caitlin Clark's rise wasn't overnight. At Iowa, she led her team to back-to-back Final Fours, broke NCAA scoring records, and stunned everyone with a 41-point, 10-rebound, 12-assist performance in the Elite Eight. That wasn't just a game, it was a statement. By the time she entered the WNBA, she was already making history. Drafted first overall by the Indiana Fever, she immediately became a rookie all-star, dropped a triple-double, and showed she could carry a franchise from day one. Her court vision, her shooting, her leadership, everything screams star power. Then came the Nike deal. Clark isn't just getting a shoe, she's getting her own signature logo and a full collection slated for 2026. In her own words, she wants to inspire fans in China, and some people are reading that as a full-on international launch.
It was fun, obviously, to get back out there. It had been a minute, so like it was just obviously a long and like tough year of reoccurring injuries, and like you guys know how that goes. Like when you get one nagging thing, it kind of leads to another. So it wasn't obviously how I envisioned it, and it stunk, but like we still kind of found a way. Like our team, like we had like 6 of our players go down with injuries. It was unreal, and we still had a great year. Made it to the semifinals, and yeah, we were like a game away from the finals, and so that was pretty impressive considering kind of what we went through. But it was a long process to like just get back on the court, because when you have like the groins and the, you know, quads and whatever you're dealing with, it's like you don't run for a while, so like it's weird like learning to run again in a way, and then on top of that, like going to like play versus the best players again and like just getting tossed out back into the fire.
Ratings are already climbing. People are paying attention across the world. She's become more than a player. She's a figure who drives engagement, viewership, and global curiosity for women's basketball. And the shoe? You see, it's not just a shoe. It's a statement. It's her brand, her way of connecting with fans far beyond the court. How big do you think this will be in China? Could it change the way international fans see the WNBA? Or is this Clark creating her own spotlight while the league scrambles to keep up?
Let's get back to Nike though. I gotta ask some questions because I'm such a huge sneaker fan. You said that you're wearing the new kicks coming up this season.
Yeah.
I honestly, for everyone that doesn't know like the process that goes into like making the sneakers, like how long in advance has it been, or like when does it all start? Do they come to you with a shoe, a bunch of shoes? Do you kind of get to tweak them here and there? How is that process?
Yeah, I think it's honestly been like probably one of the coolest things I've got to do since honestly the process started at the end of my senior year when I was at Iowa, because I was deciding what shoe company I was going to go with, and I talked to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, and they all offered me a signature shoe, obviously some faster than others.
So here's where things get really interesting. In her interview, Caitlin Clark talked about inspiring fans in China and said she's looking forward to visiting soon. Now, some people are reading that and saying, well, maybe she's already there showing off her signature shoe before anyone officially announces it. Nike hasn't confirmed anything, but the excitement online is insane. Social media is buzzing with speculation, memes, and reactions from fans who want to see her connect with the next generation of players across the Pacific.
This is where it's a miracle, where there are male children whose heroes and the player they look up to is Caitlin Clark. That is something that I never thought I was going to see. And that's something that I'm actually happy to see. And not in the way of like, oh, you know, it's great to see men having female role models. Like I hope I've made this very clear on the channel. I've always been on the opinion that ball is ball. Whether it's men's, whether it's women's, whether it's the WNBA, whether it's EuroLeague, whether it's the Irish National League. Like, I've played, the highest level I've played at is the Irish Super League. The highest level like I've played consistently at is fucking, albeit the best team.
So at this point, it's okay to ask, why China? You have to understand, it's a massive, untapped market. Youth basketball participation is skyrocketing there, especially among girls. Women's basketball has a growing fan base, hungry for role models, and Clark has the kind of star power that transcends leagues. People aren't just curious about her performance on the court, they want her story, her style, her shoes. It's the perfect storm for global influence.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it looked like Caitlin Clark has a new exclusive interview that caught me by surprise, man, that has went viral. So Caitlin Clark dropped the interview with the Chinese content creator, I believe. And yeah, his channel wasn't that big. And for her to sit down and talk to him, I think she got paid, bro. There's a ton of content creators over here from the States that Caitlin Clark could have sat down with. This guy channel is sitting at now. I don't know his familiarity with basketball.
Clark herself said, in essence, that having that type of reach is something that has an impact on me, inspiring so many people from different walks of life. That quote hits the heart of why fans are speculating so hard. This isn't just marketing hype, it's a real opportunity for her to connect worldwide. And honestly, you can feel it in the conversation online. Clark is already building a global footprint. Whether or not she's physically on Chinese soil yet, fans are acting like she is. It is a serious sneak peek at the future of women's basketball. Do you think this is the beginning of a full WNBA global expansion? Or is Clark just doing her thing on her own terms? Drop a flag emoji if you want China to see her first.
But I think he might be a big staple over there in China in basketball. But for her to sit down with this gentleman right here, and not like a Rachel Domina or something like that, got me scratching my head. When it comes to content creating, especially in this women basketball field, Rachel Domina is the biggest one. And for her not to get like this type of interview is shocking to me, you know. But whatever, to each his own. But Caitlin Clark talked about some things in this interview that has made headlines. I have not seen this whole thing in its entirety. We finna watch it here on the channel. We're not finna watch the whole thing.
Here's the reality check. The WNBA is growing, yes, but its exposure is largely domestic. International growth is slower, and the league doesn't have the same on-the-ground connections in markets like China that Clark can leverage naturally. She's reaching fans there before the league even lands. That's influence money can't buy. You can put budgets behind promotions, try to buy airtime, or run campaigns. But when Clark steps on the floor, shares her story, or even teases her shoe release, people notice instantly. It's organic and it's personal.
So much will be said. I encourage you all. I hope water's already nearby. I hope you are comfortable in your recliners. If you're watching at work, if you're watching on your phone, however you're watching, prepare yourself for this dialogue. Make sure your volumes are turned up. Joy Taylor, get us started. Now, obviously, this is the most polarizing conversation in all of sports right now. It's the most fascinating conversation. Can't wait to hear what you have to say. What's your reaction to Reese's comments?
She's not wrong. You said it's polarizing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does the definition of polarizing mean? It means there's one side or the other, right? If it's not polarizing, it's just a cheeky conversation. Yeah. Polarization requires debate, requires passion. People feel.
Clark is basically a human highlight reel. Every move, every viral clip builds her brand, while the league is still navigating bureaucracy, schedules, and the slow grind of formal expansion. The optics are stark. One superstar creating international buzz, while the league struggles to keep pace. She's inspiring young athletes, building anticipation, and creating demand before anyone can officially market it. And that's why the WNBA can't compete here. Clark is setting the pace herself. The league can offer games, tickets, or streaming, but it can't replicate the excitement, the immediacy, or the personality she brings. It's not about disrespect, it's just a matter of timing and star power. So here's the question for you. Would you watch a WNBA game if Clark's signature shoe launch came with it? Hit subscribe if you're curious how many people would follow her lead. So let's break down the hype around Caitlin Clark's signature shoe. The thing is, in basketball, not every player edition is truly a signature model. You have PE shoes that are tweaked tweaks on existing designs, but Clark is getting the full treatment. She's involved in the design, the tech, and every detail, and the official collection is set to drop in 2026. That's not just shoes, that's a whole player-branded line.
Very strongly about opinions. They want to argue one side or the other. How did that happen? How did we get here? What she just said, the national championship game. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before Angel Reese walked up to her, did this, and pointed to the ring. This is not my opinion. I lived it. I watched it. It was recorded. It was broadcasted live. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before that moment. And that's okay, because you can be extremely talented and not interesting. There are a lot of extremely talented athletes and games and series and sports that we don't talk about daily on this show.
Fans have been buzzing about rumors that she's already previewing some of it overseas. The transcript even hints at the people featured in her upcoming commercials: Travis Scott, the Kelsey brothers, and even Iowa AAU stars who played with her growing up. It's like she's taking everyone who shaped her journey along for the ride. People online are dissecting every image, every teaser clip, wondering if this is a soft launch before the official drop.
说到凯特琳·克拉克，有的人是因为她带领爱荷华大学闯入 NCAA 决赛而认识她，有的人是因为她用一记超远3分打破 NCAA 历史得分纪录而认识她，有的人是因为她成为2025年 WNBA 状元秀而认识她。她的篮球之路似乎总是一帆风顺。我很好奇，在篮球的道路上，这位天才少女有没有挫败的时刻呢？没想到我的第一个问题就出现了问题。
All right, let's get started. Or you're born to be a winner. Oh, what happened?
They killed the lights on you.
You shoot the lights out.
That's right. I like that. Uh-oh. Sounds like the generator maybe went off.
2 shooters out here. We shoot the lights out.
Do you play basketball?
I used to.
Used to, yeah. Nice. I bet you were pretty good.
Huh?
I bet you were pretty good.
But here's what makes it special. It's not just sneakers. It's her rise from driveway hoops to global stage. From Iowa middle school gyms to WNBA arenas, Clark's shoes are carrying that narrative. They're a way for fans, especially younger players, to connect with her journey in a tangible way. Every pair feels like a chapter of her career you can step into. And in a world where athletes are brands and brands are culture, Clark's shoe is shaping up to be a cultural moment, not just a product release.
It is the path in which launched this conversation, this polarizing conversation that has everyone captivated. Sometimes something interesting has to happen that sparks an interest, that brings attention. Did Caitlin earn the attention by being a great player? Yes. Was Angel Reese in her face doing that because she was winning a national championship, which Caitlin was not doing? Yes. They both needed each other in that moment. It created the conversation. And then, as I said it would, it launched a great platform for this year's tournament.
Caitlin Clark isn't just dominating courts, she's dominating minds. She has often spoken about inspiring young athletes in China, girls and boys alike. Fans are reading that as more than just words, it's a signal that she's building a global following. Kids who have never been to a WNBA game are now tracking her highlights, sharing clips, and dreaming about following in her footsteps. That's real influence. And it doesn't stop at courts or shoes. Clark's visibility on social media, the commercials, and even mentions in global media means she's shaping the conversation about women's basketball. People aren't just watching games. They're watching her, learning her style, copying her moves, and buying into her story.
New Caitlin Clark interview going viral, We have to get into some of these clips, but it really got me thinking, man, with the Nike drop yesterday and everything that's going on. What took so long? The WNBA, Nike, they really dropped the ball in terms of capitalizing on Caitlin Clark's stardom. Caitlin Clark should have had shoes out her rookie year. Caitlin Clark should have been being supported by the WNBA rather than being sabotaged and targeted by the very league she is making popular single-handedly.
In many ways, she's defining how the game is seen worldwide. When she talks about inspiring people from different walks of life, that's exactly what's happening. Her reach isn't limited to fans of her team or the WNBA. It's kids in China, casual basketball fans, sneakerheads, even music and pop culture audiences. She's creating a feedback loop. The more attention she draws, the more coverage women's basketball gets, and the more opportunities open up for other players. That's why fans are so fixated on her China angle and the upcoming shoe. This isn't just marketing, it's shaping the cultural lens for an entire generation of players and fans. Clark isn't just playing the game, she's setting a template for how the game is perceived, consumed, and celebrated on a global stage.
I think it's 20 minutes long here, but yeah, we're not gonna watch this whole thing. But I definitely wanted to watch this thing here with you guys and check it out, man. So let's jump right into it. Now, I will be stopping this throughout the day.
But we can still talk like a good neighbor.
Good.
It was a Longhorn, so don't hold that against them.
What?
Yeah, I was supposed to wear the Longhorn shirt, then I changed that.
Thank
I think
God.
it's appropriate to do that, right?
Yeah.
说到凯特琳·克拉克，有的人是因为她带领爱荷华大学闯入爱少女，有
Or you're born to be a winner. What happened?
Whether Caitlin Clark is already in China or planning the trip, her signature shoe is more than fashion. It's a symbol of her era, a marker of her global influence, and a tangible way to inspire young athletes everywhere.
Caitlin came back better than she was the year before, and LSU was good again, and then they matched up again, and then Iowa won this time. And then they both went into the draft, and now they are both in the WNBA, and we care about both of these players. There are a lot of people that care about Angel Reese. That doesn't mean she's as good as Caitlin Clark. It also doesn't mean that what she's saying is not true, because multiple things can be true at the same time. Everything in life is not existing in a vacuum. Just because she said this does not mean that Caitlin Clark is not great and that people are not watching because Caitlin Clark is great. All she is saying is, and she is factually correct, the two needed each other. She was a part of that. And it's inarguable because that is what happened.
From backyard hoops to packed arenas and now potentially international courts, she's shaping the story of women's basketball like no one else. The WNBA might be slow to adapt, but Clark isn't waiting. She's writing her own chapter, one shoe and one fan at a time. Do you think Clark's shoe launch will overshadow the WNBA? Like, subscribe, and kindly drop your thoughts in the comments.